This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am thrilled to be speaking with the amazing musical artist, DJ, producer, poet, reader. He does it all. The incredible D JOSHI. Hello, D JOSHI. How are you?
Hello, Will. How are you?
I'm
Hello,
doing so
everyone.
much. I'm doing so great. I'm in New York. You're in India. I love that we can now connect through this amazing app, FENIX. But D JOSHI, I want to know first and foremost, everything that you do, and I want to let our audience know, all the links for D JOSHI are below this video. D JOSHI, you do so much so well. I want to know, as a poet, first and foremost, because I feel like that's your foundation of everything you do. Talk to me about were you very young when you started writing poetry?
I was actually 8 years old when I started writing balladical poetry, like in the old English style of like William Wordsworth. Like he's my main inspiration. I really get inspired by his romantic style of poetry, which is pretty good. I usually write like in romantic styles and nature, which is like, especially romantic style is not very usual for my age. Like I'm 14, and in India, it's like actually things got very different. So yeah.
Wait,
So I
you're 14?
Yes, I'm 14.
Oh my goodness, you are so young, but you write like an adult. Have you been told that before?
Like, yeah, sometimes like I have been member of many functions by Young Poetry Society in London. So like, yeah, 1 or 2 times.
That's
like,
amazing, D JOSHI. You're also an amazing songwriter, which makes sense because you're such an amazing poet. Talk to me a little bit about how you started writing songs.
Writing songs, it actually started like, I was in age and there was a girl I liked. Then she became my girlfriend, and like she was the key inspiration for my all of my songs, which are usually in R&B. I usually don't write EDM songs because that's pretty tough for me of current age, but I usually write R&B and romantic songs, which is actually inspired by poetries for romantic styles. Yes,
that's amazing. Now also talk to me, D JOSHI, on top of everything else that you do so well, you are also a DJ and a producer. Talk to me about how you got into that, and if there are any songs that you're currently developing that you can maybe tell us a little bit about.
Yes, I sure. I would love to it actually. About DJing, it started like I started music production this year, but like I've been loving music since a kid. I love beats and music is to my veins. I like piano. I like traditional instrument that usually I play like key instruments. Like there's a instrument called harmonium, which is like have everything on harmonic scale. And by coming into music production, it was like in Fab, there was Tiesto's competition of Tiesto's business. Like it was a remix competition, and I really got interested into it. And then I find it out about FL Studio, and I pretty much liked it. Like I already know about chords and melody production, so I just took good sounds and started putting it. And my first remix, it got like spread in 25 countries and got a very good review, like very good review, and it was a good motivation for me to carry on. Then I came into slap house and future bounce. Like that's my main genre of working, and currently I'm working on some future bounce tracks which are actually remix. Recently it's been 1 month I have launched like some 3 remix. One is of Dusumor's Burn Me Up, Michael Face Count on Me. That is actually a future bounce remix. And Spinning Talent Pool's Mass Producer Challenge, that is also a future house. And currently there will be like 3 or 4 songs that would be out before the ending of this year. And I'm like trying my best to get signed to a label, before this year pass.
Well, listen, you're such an amazing artist of so many different disciplines. And I'm so excited you're coming on board FENIX because I'm so blessed. I've gotten to talk with hundreds of artists, very much like you, in that you don't put yourself into one category. that you do it all so beautifully. And so I'm so excited. You're a part of this brand new social media platform where you're going to now be able to connect and potentially collaborate with other like-minded artists. And also I want to let the audience know, D Joshi, you're very humble, but just this past September, you became a published poet. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay. It was like I write poetries on my poetry blog. Like you can find the link in my social media of my poetry blog in Linktree. I write poems on my poetry blog, and there is a publisher, which is number one publisher of India, the Right Order. It asked me that if I want to get my poetry published in their anthology, and I was like, yeah, why, for sure, I would love that. And then they took it, they published it, and it was like it became publishing in Right Order made me popular in the writing area. And like 3 and 4 more publishers asked me that if they can publish my poetry in their anthologies and my poetry collections. And I said, yeah, why not, for sure, I would love that. And like one's Right Order, Writer Board, and like that 3 and 4 publishers published my poetries, in which I had, and also a New York based publication. I can't remember its name. It was like Bookscard. I can't remember its name. It also felt my poetry is published, and I was like really excited that finally, like now, I am becoming a published poet and good
Well,
artist.
listen, D Joshi, congratulations. I am so excited for you. And I want to let our audience know, for more on the amazing D Joshi, you can read more about him right below this video. D Joshi, it was so nice to meet you. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much, Will. And like, I would really like to thank FENIX. Like, FENIX is a wonderful app. I have tried it. And like, I was sure that first they are taking my interview, plus they are giving like, me support. FENIX is a wonderful app. Like, I'm going to, of course, use it. It's like wonderful app. Best app, actually. It's better than Bandcamp compare.
Wow, amazing. Well, thank you, D Joshi.